man, because you know, they do stupid shit like, they just like to create friction, you know. Now watch this, yo. They be like, the other night we got into an altercation. I went down there and cussed their ass out, you know. I did. I wasn't nice at all. I went and called them all kind of names and everything. Told them to turn that motherfucking radio down. I'm sick of hearing that bullshit, you know. So now they really
what
called.
Kind of music were they playing?
It was something they was watching on TV. But the thing is, they do that all the time. They just turn. One night they left, and was gone for the whole, like, about almost 20 hours. And that whole 20 hours they were gone. I listened to their thing all night. And the next day, the girl who lived here, when I was living at that other apartment over there, she told me the same thing. She said they don't even be home and they leave that music on. So they just some real fucked up people. They do it on purpose. So
They be loud shit too?
Stupid loud. Stupid loud.
Oh, stupid loud. Oh,
stupid loud. And you know, one time I had to turn mine up and sing all day just to cover theirs up, you know. So that's why I'm trying to really, I wanted to point out to my son while I was trying to tell him we need to work together hard as possible to try to get some money so you can move into a house away from people, because you live all up under people. They'll make you do some stupid shit where you could go to jail. And especially with me, as tense as I am right now, it'll be, you know, I don't even know how to say this, man, because I don't want to come off like I think I'm a badass, but I'll be really honest when I'm saying I'm always on the edge where any little thing can make me just take off on a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know, man. It's like that now, yeah.
And you know, they don't understand because they used to black people being pacifists and shit, but they don't know. I just came back from LA and Hawaii, and when I lived in, look, man, let me tell you something. Going to Hawaii ain't no joke. You hear me, man?
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't no joke. You can think what you want to think. People sell Hawaii to you. You can go to Hawaii and get your ass stumped.
Yeah, for real.
Man, listen what I'm saying to you. Them Hawaiians don't play. They don't play. They will tear your ass up. You hear me, man? I'll give you a perfect example. One night, me and my friend Troy, we was in the bar. This place called Lulu's on Ali'i Drive. And me and Troy had lived there. Me and Troy had both lived there. We know them Hawaiians don't play. You say something to their girl, or if they just having a bad night, there's so many of them. In other words, they really hate black people too. They don't even accept themselves as being black. You can tell them, man, but your skin look just like mine, but I'm not a nigga, bro. And he'd be like, you know what, I'm going to just let him get away with that, because I know if I knock his ass out tomorrow, it's going to be foo-foo and all their ass coming to get me. So you know what, fuck him, just don't talk to him no more. But here's the deal. This night in the bar, me and Troy was this guy from Ghana, this black guy I used to know. He was a real good boxer. And he was kind of young and stupid, but he was really smart too, though. His problem was that he didn't have discipline. He was very wise, but he didn't have discipline. Whenever he saw something and he wanted to do it, he'd just go do it. He wouldn't weigh over this circumstance, what ifs. He didn't care, because I saw what he did. He did some shit that got him in a lot of trouble. He got him kicked off the island. I mean, they literally told him, get on the plane, leave this island, and don't come back. It's that bad, man, for real. Because he had gotten into some shit with some locals. Okay. This night, me and him was in this bar called Lulu's. We was in there drinking. And there was some white boys in there. I think they was from Colorado. And they was being real white boyish. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean by that. You know how they act when they get drunk, right? You know? And so I was sitting next to the guy, and he had been buying us some drinks and this and that, but he was just really getting drunk. And I told him, I said, man, listen to me, man, real good. Because I know, I could see how friendly he were, and I could see he was really pissing them Hawaiian guys off, because he was a typical white guy, and he wasn't having no respect about other people or other nationalities. You know how they get drunk sometimes and just don't understand certain things you shouldn't be saying. You know, ooh, look at the ass on her and stuff like that, you know, and it's like, dude, you're in Hawaii, that's a Hawaiian girl, you shouldn't be doing that, you know what I mean? But he's thinking he's in the mainland where he do that and nobody gets upset about it. It's like, man, look, these people over here, they don't like that shit, man, you know? Well, I don't give a fuck. This is what he say. I don't give a fuck, you know? Because he done got drunk. But I can see these Hawaiians looking crazy at me, and I know when they looking at me like that, they like, bro, you with him? And I'm looking at them like, look, I ain't got nothing to do with that shit. Because I know them. Man, listen. That white boy got his ass towed up. I didn't even see the fight. Some people told me about it because I left. I got in my whip and went home. Because that white boy got too high. I knew if I would have stayed there and left the bar with him, they probably would have grabbed my ass too. And I told him when I left. Me and Troy told him, we say, man, listen, you probably should call you a captain. Oh, I got my car outside. I said, well, it'd probably be a good idea if you didn't drive. I didn't want to say to him, man, them Hawaiians gonna whoop your ass, because I didn't want the Hawaiians to whoop my ass. Man, listen, he just would not listen. He just sat there drinking and I bounced. The next day, I was driving around. I used to just hang out around the island all day and do my thing, have a good time. I seen some of those locals the homeless guys who live around Lulu's in the back. I walked up to them and they was telling me about the events of the night. They say, bro, some Holly got his ass beat the fuck good last night. I'm like, word? He's like, yeah, bro. Right out of Lulu's. Dragged his ass down the stairs, bro. Stomp him in the ground, bro. I say, straight up, man, how did he look? They say, he was red, bro. They had the blood all over him. He was red like blood. You know, they was joking and shit. But I think it was that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the white boy.
Man, they always came there and got their ass whooped because they don't know where the hell they at.
Yeah.
And see, the Hawaiians is devious. They'll sit there and let you spend all your money and buy them drinks all night. And they so hateful. They don't like white people, man.
Yeah.
They don't, man. I'm telling you, man. White people catch hell there, yo.
I believe, yeah.
They call me fucking Holly. And I asked one of the guys, I say, man, why do you guys call white people Hollies? Now, I got two answers. The answer that I'm going to go with is the one I got from Uilani. Now, Uilani is this Hawaiian girl that I knew. This is why she told me that Hawaiian people call white people Hollies. She told me that Holly was a word that goes all the way back to ancient time when Captain Cook came out there and they killed some Hawaiian men because Captain Cook and his men stole. This is the story. This is what she told me happened. It's passed down from generations in their family. She said that Captain Cook, when he came there with his men, they brought the pigs that's running around the island right now. She told me all the pigs that's running around, they got wild boars that get 500-600 pounds. She said the reason they're running around is because when the Spaniards came here, they brought those pigs with them as a food source. And the mongoose, and they all escaped when they fucked Captain Cook up. A lot of those things got in the water and swam to shore, from what they say, because they were on the ship as their food. Mongoose and pigs is what they used to carry for food. So dig this. Captain Cook had a soldier on his ship that took fond of this local Hawaiian girl, and her name was, according to legend, Uilani also. Uilani is a very popular Hawaiian name. So, Uilani, or Oilani. It's hard for me to say their names, but I've always said Uilani, Uilani. Don't confuse me. I just say Uilani, okay?
Yeah.
All right. So what happened was this guy took and started having relations with this Hawaiian girl, and so quite naturally the Hawaiian men, they were upset about that, because I'm willing to bet you that it was probably some type of force tactic in there. They always want to show you pictures of women being so in love with the white man that all they got to do is show up and then the women just want to be with them. But we know in reality that it ain't like that. The average woman, you show up on a foreign land, she probably already belong to somebody or whatever. But they movies show you that they always just go somewhere and the women be so mesmerized by them that they just have to have them. Now, I don't know the true story behind it, but what she told me is this. She said that somehow they went out to the ship because that girl was on the ship.
Yeah.
And the guy that was the girl's other half, significant other or whatever, he wanted his woman. So they say that these guys went onto the ship to get their girlfriends. They got their girlfriends off the ship and was coming back to shore. He said when they was coming back to shore, Captain Cook and some more men, not Captain Cook, but some more of his men, they jumped in their boats. You know how they is. And come to shore too, they gonna claim the girls back. And it's like, look, motherfucker, do you know where you at? You're not gonna just take our women. So what happened was, they got into a big scrimmage right there on the beach. And one of the guys got killed. That went out there to get the girls back. One of them got killed. One of the local Hawaiian guys got killed. Now, remember, Captain Cook had the whole British Navy or whatever behind them. So these islanders didn't want no trouble. They didn't want those ships coming in there fucking them up. So this is what they told him. They said, look, we're going to overlook this. We want you to leave our island. We want you to leave our island right now and never return here. Because if you return here again, I guarantee you, you will never leave. Shit. Captain Cook and his men left. Legend is that they had some bad seas and they decided they was going to come back anyway. They shouldn't have did that shit. Because as soon as they got into sight of that island, them Hawaiian people started beating their drums. And there's a place called Kealakekua Bay out there. They say Captain Cook rode his ship up into that place. I don't know the true story or not. All I know is that they got a monument of Captain Cook out there in Kealakekua Bay. I used to go out there and scuba dive around. It's a very beautiful place out there. But the story is that Captain Cook brought his ass back there. And those men, and they went out there and killed all those motherfuckers and set the boat on fire and sunk it. Now that's this Captain Cook story that I get from the local people there. So she says that the reason why they call Europeans Hollies is because of the hollow soul that they have. Everywhere they go, they do things that'll be synonymous with people with no souls. Now that's what she told me. She said, that's what she said. She said, oh, we here in Hawaii already know that those people have no souls. That's why they call them Hollies, for hollow soul. Now watch this. Hollow soul. Now the other guy that I used to hang out with down there, he told me that they call them Hollies because of Hollywood, because they're always in movies, and every time you turn on the TV, who you see, he say, who do you see as soon as you turn on the TV? I say, white people. He say, right. So we call them Hollies because of Hollywood. His name was Jeremy. He told me that. But Hawaii was a very mystic place, man. I mean, one time when we was, remember I told you we was doing that movie?
Yeah.
And everything was so fucked up and everybody was so depressed and so miserable, remember? And so upset about our treatment. So now check this out. This is something that they don't know about. This is something that Revolution Pictures don't even know happened, because they were nowhere around. It was only one white guy around. It was this real big white boy used to hang out with us. I forgot his name, but he wore this real big leather hat. And he was like, at one, they got rid of this girl because she was raising so much hell. They got rid of her, and then this white guy came out of nowhere, and he was like the person who get us all up, cattle our asses on the bus in the morning and shit. But now he was pretty decent. This white boy was pretty cool, because when we got in their ass about the bad treatment, he pulled me to the side and he said, you know what, man? I'm proud of you guys, because between me and you, I would have whooped some ass by now. That's what he told me. He said, they treating you guys like shit. If it would have been me, I would have whooped somebody's ass by now. He said, y'all pulled that off. That was some real good shit. I am really proud to know that you guys got that inside of you. I organized that shit. You know that. You already know who did that shit. It was my ass. But listen, I didn't do it because I wanted to start some shit. I did it because they wanted to do it. They didn't know how to do it, so I showed them how to do it. I said, just go let them know you unhappy about it just by not going to let them shoot. If you don't be where they need you to be, they paying your ass to be there. If you ain't there, then it's going to be the same return on them. Like they stagnate us when we looking for them to do something and they don't do it. That's how you do it. You fight fire with fire. You do the same thing back to a motherfucker that he doing to you. Okay, back to the point. We was doing this scene, man, where we had a battlefield, and while Bruce Willis was doing his part, we used to have to wait, and it took them so long to get shit together that sometimes we'd wait all day with nothing to do but lay around and bullshit. But we were getting paid for it, so it wasn't no big deal. The only problem is they wasn't paying us.
Alright.
So check this shit out. While we was sitting back there one day waiting to be called to set, we was laying in the woods by this pretty river. It was